actually looking for
Yeah.
looking for your Zoom ID. Then I realized that you use the same Zoom link, right?
Yeah, same one. Yeah. All right. So okay, so you've got, let me show my screen. You just so that you know what the thing you're looking at. Did you print it out, or you do have it in
Oh yeah,
front of
we have that. Like
Oh,
one
you
copy
printed out.
for
MashaAllah.
one
That's
copy
great.
for Arif and one copy also for me. And also I got a third copy, like in case our at certain point
absolutely.
our other younger son joins.
Okay.
Let's see,
MashaAllah.
brother Nick.
Okay. So let me just share my screen then, and then we'll go ahead and take a look. Can you see me in the picture as well? The small picture, the small insert. You can see me as well, right? On the screen. You are frozen right now. It looks like. Hang on, let's see what's going on there. Yeah, you're still frozen. Let me stop sharing for a minute and see what's going on. To the record. Okay. All right. So let me just start just kind of sharing the idea behind this, so that you know what we're going to do. So the plan here, inshallah, is to basically is to improve our pronunciation of the Arabic, so that when we read the Quran, we'll be reading it right, and we'll actually be able to read the Quran faster, actually, if we do this properly, inshallah. So there's a beautiful hadith, just so that we share this, more or less. The hadith says, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The hadith goes that whoever that reads the Quran beautifully, then that person will be with the angels flying in the heavens. Okay? He reads the Quran beautifully. But then when a person is reading Quran and he is struggling to read the Quran, then he gets twice the reward because of the effort that he puts in. So in other words, imagine
read, like if you to make the effort,
even if you're struggling and you have a difficulty, you will get twice the reward of the person who's actually reading fluently and beautifully. So you don't have to worry. I mean, this is Allah's grace and Allah's rahmah on us, right? Because so in other words, the issue is not that you can do it right, or the issue is how much effort you put in. So if you put in effort into it, that effort is going to be rewarded. It's not, it's not whether you are able to do it right or not do it right. So that's the thing I think we have to appreciate, so that we understand that this is the beauty of our deen, right? Of our religion. And then the thing about our religion also is that the younger we are, and this is for Arif especially, when you make an effort to get closer to the deen, then amazing things will happen. The miracles of Allah will open up for people who are young, who make an effort. Okay, because there's another hadith on the Day of Judgment. There are only 7 groups of people that will be under the shade of Allah. In the time on the day there will be no shade. Okay, and some hadiths say that the sun on the Day of Judgment will be just up there. I mean, now the sun is like 8 million miles away, right? 8 million miles away. I don't know, 800 million miles away. Well, on the Day of Judgment, the sun is going to be close by, and everybody will be standing out all naked, with nothing covering them.
Sun is so close, right?
That the sun is so close, and there's so much sweat, and people are sweating so much. In some cases, the sweat is reaching up to their neck. Okay, that's how much the sweat is on the Day of Judgment. Protect us from that, right? So anyway, on that terrible day, there are only 7 people that will get a shade. Okay, only 7 people, and one of those people that will get the shade is somebody who's young, who dedicates his life to to Allah, who dedicates his life to worship. Okay, so again, that's just amazing how much Allah is giving us, right? So anyway, so those are kind of things that as a start of the effort we're putting here. So now, and the other thing is, we shouldn't worry about putting pressure on ourselves either. When we read something, we'll take it easy, right? And if we are struggling with it, don't worry about it. It's we're not going to scold anybody, or we're not going to make it hard on anybody. We just take it, and you take it at your own speed. The more you put effort into it, the easier it will be, and the faster you learn, basically. And the thing about this group, this special thing that we're going to do here, is that if we can stick it out for 10 times, just 10 times, and the promise of this session is that if we can stick it out for 10 times every Friday, right? Every 10 Fridays, the guarantee, inshallah, is that you'll be able to read the Quran fluently, okay? Without anybody helping you. That is the thing, the scheme of how we're going to do this. Okay, so by beginning of August, inshallah, we keep on doing this, and hopefully I won't be able to, I won't cancel any of the. Of course, if we have something going on, we'll
For example, Brother Nick, next week we will be traveling. Maybe.
See, there we go. Okay.
Then here, but of course we'll be back after that. And
right. So it's okay. If you have to miss it, then you can go back to the recording. And then we'll put a special page just for you guys.
Yeah, we'll try to see if we can even attend.
From
hotel or from
exactly. It's only half an hour anyway.
Right.
We're gonna do it for only half an hour anyway. So and in fact today is gonna be faster. It's not gonna be 1.5 hours. It's gonna be 5-10 minutes. We're gonna be done. So it's gonna be a short session, and but every time we do it, we put an effort. All right. So the other thing is, the thing about Arabic is that the beauty about this language is that it is actually very easy on the tongue. Okay? In other words, the way the Arabs made the language is that they made it so easy that whatever that your tongue naturally can say,
say
in Arabic. Okay? So which means it's very important here. So don't force yourself to say anything. Sometimes we kind of say something, we're like, we try to force ourselves, and then we discover actually we're forcing ourselves. So Arabic is such that you don't really have to force yourself. It should roll off your tongue. Okay? Now, of course, because we're used to our own language, Malay or Bangla or Pakistani, Urdu, sometimes we learn something that's kind of different, right? And so we have to relearn. We have to kind of unlearn.
Right.
So that might be a little tough, but it should actually be easier to say the Arabic than saying our own language. Is actually what I'm trying to say. Okay, but anyway, so those are some of the things that I thought to start off with. We can.
No, that'll be great, Brother Nick. And one question that actually Ari was mentioning. Okay, when he was looking at the book, where the printed version, he was saying that of course this is our first class, but one of his question was, okay, when we'll read, is there any way, like as you got habituated with English language here?
Right. Okay.
Saying, can I write something beside that?
Right. Okay. So that's the thing. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, because if we do that, what happens is that we will go back to our old habits. And we don't want to do that. We want to purify the way we say it, right? And we'll try to use something that we're familiar with, but it's going to be in our mind. So in other words, how we're going to do it is that we're not going to use a crutch. We're not going to use our English or our Bangla or our Malay or our Pakistani as a crutch. Because if we do that, we will never get it right.
Yeah, that's good to know.
So that's why this whole scheme here is completely in Arabic.
Okay. And one thing, of course, we struggle. I think Brother Nick, I shared with you. We learned the way I was taught. Actually, I can read Arabic, but of course I need a translation just to see what this mean. We cannot follow the people who are from the mother language is Arabic or from Middle East, especially. Of course they read, they can understand immediately what does it mean. Of course you can go deeper. Each, as you mentioned also in your khutbah, like last week, each verse in Quran, if you go deeper, there's lots of understanding and all those things. But of course, from not only from my perspective, but I can imagine Arif's perspective. Like, do you suggest, like, suppose when we say if we got comfortable with reading the Quran, like after this class, but at the same time, of course, maybe it will come during our lessons, like how to make sure that we understand what this means, those things.
Okay, so the 10 days that we're going to do, we're not going to go into how to use it to understand the meaning. We're not going to get that. Okay.
Right.
But I will talk about a little bit about some of the beauty of the language. I'll talk about that. But the goal of this session is not to do that, because that's beyond this.
Right.
The syllabus that we're going to do. We're not going to be able to do that. Okay.
Right.
It requires a bit more grammar, a bit more vocabulary. So, but what I will do is, if I come across some words that use some of the letters, I will talk a little bit about the beauty of the word, for example, and the meaning behind it. But you don't have to know it. No, keep it simple. So let's not raise our expectations too much.
Yeah. And maybe we can do one thing. Suppose we now he becomes at least can read the Quran.
Feel free to ask.
Inshallah, who knows? He will develop that interest and read this
surah. That's my point.
Now let me see what is the meaning. He can of course go for the English version, right?
Right. My point is so that like young folks like Arif to appreciate the beauty. For example, let me give an example. Okay, so let me share my screen here quickly. All right. So for example, when we talk about there's several words, right? So you can see the screen, right?
Right. We can see.
So for example, when we use the word ba, sheen,
sheen,
and ra, for example, right?
Ra.
Okay. So that word is called bishr, right? Now, when we start learning about these letters, and then I say something like bishr, guess what? Bishr means two things. Okay. So bishr means actually skin. Now, it also means people.
Okay.
Men, actually. It means people or men. Now, what is the connection between skin and men? Why do you think that Arabs call people mortals, in other words, bishr? Well, because we are the only creation that don't have fur on our skin.
Oh, okay.
So we are the only creation that if you look at a bishr, you can see the skin rather than the fur.
Right.
Everything else, all other creation, animals, all have some kind of fur.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And that's why the Arabs call us skin. Bishr. Okay. So when we are called mortal men, that is what bishr means. So see, that's the see how the interesting, isn't it? So that's the beauty of the Arabic language. So it uses those kinds of connections between with three letters to mean those things. Okay. All right. So anyway, so let's clear that and then all right. Tell you what, can I hear, because I want to see how you guys pronounce it first, because you are obviously going to be more advanced than somebody like John, for example, who's learning it from scratch, right? Okay.
And for Arif, it might be like John,
Right. Well, let's see. So why don't you or Arif, whoever wants to start first, why don't you what do you call it? What was I going to say? Just pronounce the words as we go along, one at a time. Because I want to evaluate kind of the level and how far we have to go. So go ahead. You can start, Brother Sakib, first, or Arif can start. It doesn't matter to me, whichever.
So we just start.
Letters,
Okay, the first one is Alif.
Alif.
And then
Ba.
Okay.
And Ta.
Okay. And then carry on.
Fa.
Sa.
Okay, so that's interesting. See, that's some of the things that we've learned. So from our own language, right? It's the way you pronounce it is slightly different from the Arabic pronunciation. Carry on, go on. And then
the next word is Jim.
Yep.
Jim.
How do you pronounce it? Okay. Arif, how do you pronounce it?
Arif. Jim.
Right. Okay. And then
Har.
Okay, okay. So here's a few things that's interesting. So we'll hear those things. Carry on. Next one.
Cough.
Cough.
Did you say cough? What did you say again?
Cough, right? Cough. Jim, hey, K. Or is it call or K? That's the thing.
So we're not going to use those. It's actually not K. Yeah, yeah. Carry on. Okay. The next one.
And then dal.
Dal.
Zal.
Okay.
Zal.
Okay. Good. All right. So let me try a few more. Okay. Arif, why don't you say this one? What do you think that is? Do you know that one? Are you familiar?
No, I didn't think.
Arif doesn't know that one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go back. What about well, let's go back to, let me clear out this one. What about Arif? Tell me what that is again. You know, are you sure?
No, he may not know that.
Oh,
the reading,
okay. That's what I need to know. So how many letters do you know, Arif? Which of the letters do you know?
No, he's learning actually the first
He's
time.
actually learning. Okay. Good. In that case, let's do this. Because otherwise he'll be like trying to copy you, right?
Yeah. That's
So let's do this. Let's start with Arif. And then we'll get to you after that.
Sure.
So that way, then we can. I think Arif will benefit that way better than. Okay. So today, we'll try. If Arif, you tell me if you're comfortable with this, right? If you think you're comfortable with it, then we'll go from there. If not, then we'll change it. Okay. But tell me how you feel. Okay. So I'm gonna hang on. I'm gonna. Okay. Here we go. So I'm gonna say this word. This letter. Okay. And so this letter is Alif. So go ahead, say it. What is it?
Alif.
Okay. Now the way you say it is there's some stress. You say Alif, right? It's actually very light. It's actually Alif. Say it again.
Alif.
Yeah. See, that's good. All right. Now remember, in Arabic, there's only 3 sounds, 3 vowels in Arabic. It's either a, i, or u. Okay? There's no a, for example, in Arabic. Okay? There's no a. There's no o. Okay. So for example, like when you say apple, right? Okay. If an Arab says apple, the Arab will never say apple. The Arab will say apil. Because the Arab doesn't have a. There's no a in Arab. Okay. So there's no pal. Either it'll be pa, pi, or pu. So an Arab will say apu or api. That's what Arab will say. Okay?
Right,
in fact, Arab doesn't have p either. So an Arab will say abil, because there's only b. The closest one is b. There's no pa in Arabic. Right? So here's some things that sometimes we know. So but remember, an Arab can only say 3 vowels: a, i, or u. There's only 3 vowels in Arabic. It's only very simple. Complicated. So just like English is complicated, right? You got all sorts of pronunciations, but in Arabic is pretty simple. A, I, or U. Okay?
O.
Not O. A, I, U.
A, I, U.
Yeah, that's it. A, I, U. Okay.
A, I, U.
Very good. All right. So let's spend just a few more minutes and then we're done. So do you know what the next one is?
Ba.
Yeah, that's right. It's ba. Now, what is the difference between the ba? What do you see the difference between the ba and the next one? What is the difference that you see?
The 2 dots are above.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what is the next one? What is the letter? What is the letter called in the next one?
Ta.
Ta. Right. So a good way of remembering, if you get confused, my son sometimes he gets confused when he reads this. Okay. Sometimes he says that this is ba. Sometimes he says this is ta. So a good way to remember is that the ba has the dot at the bottom. Ba, bottom. Okay. So that's one way. And then the ta has the 2 dots at the top. So ta, 2, top. Okay. So you see, so remember that. So ta is 2 dots at the top. So again, this ta, right? Now, when you say the ta, don't say it too heavy. So it's ta. See if you can say it. Try it. Go ahead.
Ta.
Yeah, ta. Okay, it's ta. Now, so your tongue just hits the top of your mouth, the gums near the teeth, right? It's ta.
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 Ta. Okay. What's the next one, Arif?
Ah.
Ah, so the next one is 3 dots. Now remember, how would you know it's the sound? Actually, it's from 3. So it's tha. So you stick your tongue out. Yeah, you stick your tongue out. Like just like you say 3, right? You don't say tree. Some people say tree, right? It's not tree. A tree is a something that grows, right?
A tall plant.
Yeah. So the way you say it in English is you say 3, right? So same way you say, because the 3 dots, you say tha.
Ta.
Tha.
Try it again.
Tha.
Say it softly again. Tha.
Tha.
Say the wind comes out of your mouth. Tha.
Tha.
Ah, all right. Go ahead. Okay, now let me see. But just the last kind of lesson here is I'm going to what do you call it? I'm going to underline it, and you're going to say it for me. Okay. Okay. Ready? Okay. Here we go.
Ta. Tha. Ba.
Very good. All right. There you go. Okay. Cool. That's it. That's the lesson for today. So
That's really interesting here.
Yeah. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, could we write down the pronunciations on the sheet?
You can, but I rather that you memorize it. You can pronounce.
Yeah, I remember.
Because if you write it, I'm afraid that you might, like I said earlier, you might kind of use it as a crutch, and then you won't pronounce it correctly. So what you should do actually is from here until next week, just keep practicing the pronunciation.
Yeah. You see, if I write it down, I can remember it.
You can, yeah, like I said, you can if you want to, absolutely. But remember the little tips I gave you, right? So it's the ba at the bottom, ta at the top,
and then tha
from 3.
2 extra.
Yeah, tha from 3. Right?
3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah. Tha. Yep, exactly. You got it. Okay, cool. That's it. That's all we have lesson today. Very short, simple. I will continue next week, inshallah. And you can join on when you're traveling, if you can.
Yeah, with the Zoom. That's what I'm thinking. Brother Nick, like I think from the hotel we can definitely join.
Yeah.
The Zoom. I'm just guessing like we should be able to manage that. That class.
Yeah,
no problem.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And then next the following days we're going to go a little faster. We'll learn a bit more, and it will focus on the letters that we have a problem with in terms of pronunciation. Like for example,
Brother Nick, what I can see here, like of course the way I was taught, like Zair Zabar thing right away, like
exactly.
Ali, so I can imagine like it's also very new for me. I can see how you're teaching it, and for Arif, I think Arif actually we feel like it would be good that he start how to read just without like the way if I teach him, I will probably teach him the wrong pronunciation. So I think that's why we waited actually. Like
that's good. That's good.
We get. I think we feel confident like with you. We can, he can definitely. But of course, the way the kids these days are taught, they always try to write something down just to make sure they can remember.
No, it's no problem. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, put whatever notes and notations.
Notes is okay, but of course he has to remember those things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, writing helps. Writing helps.
Right.
All right. Take care then.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Brother Nick. Yeah. Assalamualaikum. Yeah, and we'll see you tomorrow.
For the painting. Yeah, come and clean the masjid. Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah. Is it like a 1:15?
Yeah, we're gonna pray Zuhur at 1:15. And then we just start painting and
we'll try to we're
gonna dump all the stuff.
And I'll bring the 2 UWS students as well.
Good.
And if Arif can join, so it will be inshallah.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
4 we are thinking. But let's see. But those 2 UWS committed, they will be there, and I will bring Arif with me.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Let's see, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. Okay.
Don't bad.
Okay. Thank you.